Have you ever felt sick while using a VR headset? If so, you're not alone. Many people experience discomfort when they dive into the virtual world. This unpleasant feeling is called cybersickness. It's a form of motion sickness that can occur when using virtual reality technology. It can happen when your brain gets confused by what it sees in the virtual world. The visual stimuli in VR can be so immersive that your brain believes you're moving even when you're not. Imagine being on a roller coaster in VR. The twists and turns feel real to your eyes, but your body remains stationary. Your eyes tell your brain you're moving, but your body feels still. This sensory mismatch can be quite disorienting. This mismatch can lead to nausea, dizziness, and headaches. These symptoms can vary in intensity from person to person. Cybersickness is a common problem in the world of VR. It's something that developers and researchers are actively trying to address. It's important to understand what causes it and how to prevent it. By identifying the triggers, we can create better VR experiences. This is especially true as more and more people are using VR for work, education, and entertainment. The potential applications of VR are vast and varied. VR conferences are becoming increasingly popular. They offer a unique way for people to connect and collaborate without the need for physical travel. They allow people from all over the world to meet and interact in a shared virtual space. This can be incredibly beneficial for global teams and remote workers. While this technology has many benefits, cybersickness can be a major drawback. It can limit the amount of time people can spend in VR and affect their overall experience. In the next section, we'll take a closer look at a study that investigated cybersickness in the context of a VR conference. This research aims to find solutions to make VR more comfortable for everyone. In 2020, a big VR conference called the Japan XR Science Forum took place. Thousands of people attended this event virtually using different platforms like VR Chat, Hubs, Zoom, and YouTube Live. Some of these platforms, like VR Chat and Hubs, require users to wear VR headsets. Researchers were interested in finding out how common cybersickness was among the conference attendees. They also wanted to know if using a VR headset increased the likelihood of experiencing symptoms. The researchers conducted a study to answer these questions. To understand cybersickness at the VR conference, researchers asked attendees to participate in a survey. Out of over 1,000 people at the conference, 211 were randomly selected to receive the survey. The survey was in Japanese and could be completed online. It asked attendees about their experiences with cybersickness during the conference. 69 people completed the survey. The researchers used the information from these responses to learn about the frequency and severity of cybersickness among the conference attendees. The study found that cybersickness was relatively uncommon among the conference attendees. Out of the 69 people who completed the survey, only 8 reported feeling sick. This means that around 11.6% of the respondents experienced cybersickness. While this number may seem low, it's important to remember that not everyone who attended the conference responded to the survey. It's possible that more people experienced cybersickness but chose not to report it or were not selected for the survey. Section 5. The role of VR headsets. One of the key findings of the study was that people who used VR headsets were much more likely to experience cybersickness. In fact, almost 43% of people who used a VR headset reported feeling sick, compared to just 8% of those who didn't. This suggests that VR headsets play a significant role in triggering cybersickness. This finding is important because it highlights the need for developers to create more comfortable and immersive VR experiences. Reducing cybersickness is crucial for making VR technology accessible and enjoyable for everyone. Section 6. Time zones and cybersickness. Interestingly, the study also found that people who attended the conference from different time zones had different experiences with cybersickness. Attendees from Europe and the United States who participated in the conference at night were more likely to report feeling sick than attendees from Asia who attended during the daytime. This finding suggests that factors like fatigue and jet lag may contribute to cybersickness. It's possible that people who are tired or have disrupted sleep patterns are more susceptible to the sensory conflicts that can trigger cybersickness. Section 7. Other factors. The researchers also looked at whether other factors, such as previous experience with VR, a history of motion sickness, or a tendency to experience dizziness, influenced the likelihood of experiencing cybersickness. However, the study did not find any clear links between these factors and cybersickness during the conference. This suggests that cybersickness is a complex phenomenon that can be influenced by a variety of individual and environmental factors. More research is needed to fully understand what causes it and how to prevent it. Section 8, limitations of the study. It's important to note that this study had some limitations. While the research was conducted with rigorous methods, certain constraints were unavoidable. First, the response rate to the survey was relatively low. This low participation rate can affect the generalizability of the results, as it may not accurately reflect the views of the entire population. This means that the findings of the study may not be representative of all attendees at the conference. The diversity of the conference attendees could have introduced a variety of perspectives that were not captured due to the low response rate. Second, the study relied on self-reported data, which can be subjective and unreliable. Participants' responses may be influenced by their personal biases or their current state of mind when completing the survey. Despite these limitations, this study provides valuable insights into the prevalence and potential causes of cybersickness in VR environments. The data collected, although limited, still offers a glimpse into the challenges faced by users. The findings highlight the need for continued research in this area to improve the user experience and make VR technology accessible to everyone. Future studies should aim to increase response rates and consider alternative methods of data collection to enhance the reliability of the findings. By addressing these limitations, researchers can develop more comprehensive strategies to mitigate cybersickness and enhance the overall effectiveness of VR applications. This will ultimately contribute to the broader adoption and success of VR technology in various fields. Section 9. What we learned and the future of VR. The study of the Japan XR Science Forum highlights the importance of addressing cybersickness as VR technology continues to evolve. Cybersickness, a form of motion sickness that occurs in virtual environments, can significantly hinder the user experience. Researchers are delving into the causes and potential solutions for this issue, aiming to make VR more accessible and enjoyable for everyone. While VR has the potential to revolutionize many aspects of our lives, from work to education to entertainment, it is not without its challenges. The immersive nature of VR can sometimes lead to discomfort, disorientation, and even nausea for some users. This is why it is crucial for developers to prioritize user comfort and well-being in their designs. Developers are constantly working on new ways to enhance the VR experience. This includes creating more intuitive interfaces, improving the realism of virtual environments, and ensuring that the technology is accessible to a wider audience. By focusing on these aspects, they can help to mitigate some of the negative effects associated with VR use. By understanding the factors that contribute to cybersickness, such as mismatched sensory inputs and latency issues, developers can create more immersive and enjoyable VR experiences that are accessible to everyone. This involves extensive research and user testing to identify and address the root causes of discomfort. Developers are also exploring new technologies and techniques to enhance the VR experience. This includes advancements in haptic feedback, which can provide users with a more tactile and engaging experience, as well as improvements in visual and auditory fidelity to create more convincing virtual worlds. This includes designing experiences that minimize sensory conflicts, such as reducing the lag between user movements and the corresponding changes in the virtual environment. By doing so, they can help to create a more seamless and comfortable experience for users. Providing users with more control over their virtual environment is another key aspect of improving the VR experience. This can include customizable settings that allow users to adjust the level of immersion and comfort to suit their individual preferences. Additionally, developing new technologies that mitigate the effects of cybersickness is a major focus for researchers and developers. This includes innovations in hardware, such as more responsive and accurate motion tracking systems, as well as software solutions that can predict and counteract potential sources of discomfort. As VR technology continues to advance, it is essential to prioritize user comfort and create inclusive virtual environments that everyone can enjoy without discomfort. This means considering the needs of a diverse user base, including those with different levels of experience and sensitivity to VR. The future of VR is bright, with endless possibilities for innovation and improvement. By focusing on user comfort and inclusivity, developers can ensure that VR remains a transformative and enjoyable technology for years to come.